Yeah, I was just thinking, what the hell video can I make today? And I thought, oh yeah. I mean, I was talking about the new world the other day. You know, like creating not a shithole. You know, I was talking a lot about planting food plants around. Sorry. Ah. Little sausage dog wasn't having me. I was going to say that, you know, organic portals are very lagging. I saw on the news this morning they're like planning to try and bio-reserve like animal, probably like eggs and fetuses and shit. And like, you know, to save the animal species. So I mean, scientists have realized what I've been saying. Like, I think it's the 7th mass extinction, and I think the final one, not because of any other reason than the sun and the planet reacting to the sun and wanting to shoot part of itself off its logos as a bolos, you know, its mind as some sort of body. And I think we can see pretty clearly, right, that that's going to be robots, right, because they can space-fare really well. Will there be alive ships, this, that and the other? Will humans be there? Probably, but not in, you know, I wouldn't expect in billions and droves, right? If you make a species towards a goal, like all of history, oh look, it is a free bike, or someone's left it there. Oh, it's too small for me anyway. That was in my other video yesterday, so someone did leave it there. But that's too small. Yeah, what was I saying? So, yeah, you couldn't even make money with that in Australia. Cash Converters is too full of bicycles, just normal. That's why I got this for free, and this is the third one, just for free, just sitting on the side of the road. Like with a free sign on it, not like that one. Maybe someone left that one there, I don't know. Anyway, what the fuck was I talking about? Yeah, so organic portals are always lagging, is my point, and they're trying to like now save the animals. As you know, if you're an organic portal expert like myself, I dare say after 900 videos, you'll see, and I've said this before, I made the goose dude example. Some American, I think. I don't know if he's native, like, you know, from America. I think he was Russian or maybe, or something weird. But anyway, he was walking around with a goose, and I could tell he had goose archetype, right? The shaman is one who sees people's archetypes, and animal archetypes are very easy. They're very low, very bulky, very easy to see. You're not seeing in some higher dimension or something. You pick that up off features of people and behaviors. It's very simple stuff. So, you know, that's why I said that a bit, and that's why I don't even do horoscope stuff, right? I'll talk about stuff way, way, way deeper. I'm not gonna name that channel's name. Named her enough. Some might know. Actually, it was not just Pleiadian Mystique, but you remember that girl, that lady from fucking New Zealand who took down one of my channels when I started this one. I was talking about how, I forgot her name, Yona or something, Yona Curtis. And I copied literally 3 of her little 30-second like chakra videos to my channel like an idiot. And she managed to get copyright on them and take down the whole channel. But I only had 200 subscribers, and it was like my first ever YouTube channel. So I didn't really care that much. I was just experimenting, and my point is they all do like the animal archetype stuff, these women. It's like so useless, man. This is like your first little baby step into self-realization. What animal archetypes might you have, you know? That's why I don't even talk about that stuff on this channel, because we're way, way advanced here talking about this. So organic portals, you know, I found, you know, there's an upward organizational principle, and in all animal groups, and, you know, humans are just anthropoids, right? We're just hominids anyway. In all animal groups there is concrescence, right? Which is like, you know, you become more complex than the medium that you're in. So I find this to be in everywhere in nature. Nature's trying to reach concrescence. That's why I think the robots will be mostly going to space, because I can just see the concrescent nature of them landing, being able to multiply way quicker than a human baby can get born, if you know what I'm saying. I mean, it's all very obvious, come on. Don't have to go into that, do we? So, I just think they're very lagging, but it's interesting they they always reveal themselves, especially at the end here, because there's a lot of thresholds being reached and critical mass points, which is alarms, sends off alarms, right, in the hive. So that's why I do see this stuff coming out on mainstream stuff now. It's always, shaded and censored, but you can still pick it up. It's still from the same wave of occurrence, what's happening. And yeah, so they've realised obviously shit's dying. I'm so glad to be back in Australia. There's so many animals. Like you've seen, I've posted all these animal videos. Every day along here, for instance, I ride, I see like a monitor or no, I think they are just goannas actually. I was thinking, was the other one the other day a monitor? But I think the markings indicated it was just another goanna. There might be monitors and goannas, but either way, I always see one every time I come through here. It's crazy. So, there's quite a lot of life here still. There's no wallabies or kangaroos here, unfortunately, guys. Just turkeys. It's so funny that they just sit in the middle of the day and have a sand spa bath. The turkeys. Yeah, they love it. It's like a sand bath. And anyway, so the NPCs that NPC consciousness is a lagging thing. They're the followers, right? But they can also give you energy. Hence why on this channel I made it impure. Sorry guys, I made funny videos and stuff, right? Not so serious, not deep, very, very shallow, right? To attract some OPs in, to get some extra energy at worst. If not, to just take my mind off something one day. But you know what I mean? As a cycle cut. Hey, don't underestimate cycle cuts for your mental health. I'll tell you what, because they don't know much about that. They're not very good at that, right? They're the cycle people. They're always, these bots, they're always in cycles. Yeah, I'm the insane one, even though insanity, the definition is cycling. Check it out. Doing the same thing repeatedly. That's insanity. And what do you see in the old mental homes is people talking the same shit every day, you know what I mean? So they pictured that at least perfectly. Get it though, in a societal context. Did you get it? Everyone just fucking focused on shit that doesn't even fucking matter, like sport. I can't believe it's still around. Yeah, it's because they're so physical beings. It's just all about physicality. Like I said, there's nothing more to them, for them, than getting those, and there's all these women getting these huge bodybuilder type bodies. It's crazy, man, because organic portals are not spiritual, so there's nothing else for them to do but horizontal creation of financial forward momentum and gain, or physical body. It's about it. Or every other programming, like learning your English better or something. You know what I mean? But it's never spiritual, is what I'm saying. Because they're spiritless humans, remember? Alright, what was I saying? Yeah, they're lagging. So what I was thinking was, how I've said they're myopic? Well, where do you think the lag comes from? Myopia. Short-sightedness. Right? They're all pretending they're going to space and shit, but everybody's about to be killed off. That's the truth. People are going to be like, what? You really think that? Yeah, I really think that, because I just come back from overseas in South America and I've seen it firsthand, so that's why I think it. Because no, I didn't read it in a book or see it on a video. I know what's going on because I've experienced it and I've seen the energy currents, and I'm really good at energy currents. That's why I was a good trader, because I see mental and emotional energy currents in people very easily, and in masses of people it's even easier. And I can see where the world is going. So they're lagging, right? And a lot of them, I said there's this wall of death creeping up underneath us, it's, you know, to do with hyperinflation. It's to do with this is not food, this is all plants we can't eat. So, you know, in the meantime, we could be eating for free if this was all food plants and you took my advice and grew food plants everywhere. But since you're all not, you're going to pay exorbitant fees on your fruit and every other food. It's only going to get worse. I mean, people can't even count or something. People keep popping out babies. Like, what, are we getting more farmers? Are they having an easier time? You know what I mean? People are fucking dumb as shit out here, man. I'll say it once, I'll say it again. People dumber than shit. I'd rather kick shit than kick these people. That's how much more the shit would move. Right? They're not just a stabilisation, it's been corrupted to sideways and stopping and ceasing of the flow. And actually they're like against the flow and change. Yeah, because it's comfortable, right, to be fucking instability. That's why we have feminized society as well. Like a government is just a form of that as well, think about it. Someone taking care of us is also a feminized society, if you think about it. Look, we could have food plants everywhere, all along here. Like, it's crazy how many problems just that would solve. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. And then we could all like enjoy, like, as if the kids wouldn't love it. They'd be by the fruit trees every morning, right? They'd get it from a young age just by being next to it. You wouldn't have to teach them shit. You know what I mean? So it's all pretty interesting that it's like not occurring to me. Like, hold on, I'm gonna lock my bike up and we'll go back on the beach where I belong. Yes, motherfuckers, I'm higher than fuck. I love this shatter pen. It's so good. I'm just THC'd up. Okay, 1 minute. Yeah, so, you know, I love nature. You know I love nature. I'm a shaman, for fuck's sake, you know. So it's not like I don't want to save the animals, but I've come into this concrescence theory for a long time, thinking it's kind of more important than just the masses are considered today, you know what I mean? But the concrescent one, the whole idea of that notion of Neo from the Matrix, or a human in the forest, are concrescents, right? Putting someone like me in a leadership position who's a concrescence instead of someone like an NPC consciousness. If we look around, we have the opposite in the world. It's like upside down pyramid world. The concrescence is the stone on the top with the gold capstone, etc. It's alchemical, blah blah blah. I've said all that shit before. All the health ministers, so many fat health ministers. Even the WHO people, deranged and fat and shit, like parasited up. What the fuck? They're not going to tell me about my health. Have you seen my body? I'm fucking dressed like a god out here. I'll show you in a minute. Even with eating saturated fats, I'm still dressed like a god. I don't know what these people are tripping on. And I'm an author, so I've done 8 years at university. I've done my fair share of sitting on my ass. They've got no excuse, you know what I mean? I've sat on my ass too, and I still look like a fucking god body. Hey? Ain't no excuse. So, you know, the upside down world is what we have to change to create the new world. I like it in here. I feel like maybe I might camp here once. It's pretty nice. Starting to get cooler now. Still hot as shit, but like not the peak of the heat. Not 40 fucking degrees every day. Phew, what a summer. Hottest summer I've had in 6 good years. Oh my god, man. Yeah, it's beautiful in here, isn't it? Nice little walkway to the beach. Oh, I love the crickets. I can hear them from here. When I camp, when the crickets just suddenly come on and go, tss, you know, have their vibration, it's awesome. So loud. It's the best meditation because it helps you with the crown chakra, right? That frequency. The of the crown. The ringing of the crown to outer space. Yeah, maybe space exists and all that, but how come I can't find any footage? Well, man, all the fisheye camera stuff, get out of here, come on. It says fisheye camera, it makes a curve. And if they bother to put shit in fucking space, why are they putting these shitty little cameras on there? Probably this fucking phone would be better. Do you know what I mean? This is 200 megapixel phone, it's got not making bends by the look of it. It's not like a fisheye camera. 200 megapixel. Let's put this for, I'll volunteer my phone. Any space agency around the world, they want to get a good shot of Earth so we can stop shutting up about flat Earth. We just want one good shot that's real. That's all. That's all we're asking for. Just one shot of the curve. Of the whole fucking thing, please. That'd be great. Oh man, it's just ridiculous out here. I've been searching several times for pictures of the curve. Remember the Indian pictures of the curve? But remember the Indian space launch recently? And JAXA, the Japanese space launch? I covered those two. JAXA looked like they landed on a fucking trampoline when they landed on the moon. Yeah, I understand the gravity differential, but I don't know about that footage. Doesn't it look like a fucking trampoline from someone's backyard? Does to me. It looked pretty bouncy. Looked a little too bouncy to me, eh? Like, I don't know. Because it wasn't just like up and then, you know, like the way it come down and stuff. Just like feel it out for yourself. Tell me what you guys think. I've still got it on the channel. It'll be somewhere. Probably in Conscious in playlist. JAXA is the Japanese like space people, like NASA from America. And when they landed on the moon, there wasn't no footage of no fucking curve or nothing. It's like, what the fuck's going on, man? Well, I just want to see the curve. It's like to the point you can talk confidently about mocking them at this stage, because it's 2024. They all keep saying they're going to space. Starlink keeps putting up their fucking shit. Elon Musk, right? Where the fuck is all the footage? Where is the footage of any curve? I can't find any curve that's not a fisheye camera. It's ridiculous. It's 2024, man. They're like, I remember reading 10 years ago, China's like, yeah, we'll be on the moon in 2020. And I still can't even find footage of the fucking curve. Like, it's amazing, man. Like, that shit makes me really think I'm in a simulation, you know what I mean? When it's like, it's like you feel the fucking rendering of progress, of the epistemological edge, you know what I mean? It's like you feel the rendering of this place where it's up to, and it's like, holy shit, really? Don't you guys reckon that's a good way to describe it? Man. And then when India goes up, yeah, great. Show us the curve. Like, they went all the way to the moon. They made that like 3-hour video. Remember? I'm scrolling through it, just trying to find one clip out of hours and hours of like mission control, India talking to fucking the spaceship or whatever. This, that, and the other footage, but no curve. Where is the curve? Very interesting. I don't know, it doesn't make sense for it to be flat unless it's a simulation, because it makes way more sense for it to be a ball Earth, really. I know about the water thing, but then that's where the gravity comes in. People are like, yeah, water's gonna do a plane level. Yeah, but gravity. And I know that that's been poked at itself. People are like poking at gravity like it's a bit of a funny bugger. You know what I mean? Even scientists, right? They're all like, oh yeah, it's weaker than the other forces and it's weird. So anyway, let's get back on track. So my point is they lag, and they're all like, you know, some people are still just like how we were when we were younger. Like, we always knew we're not from here and all that shit, but it got so overlaid at some point when we were, what, like in our teens, we almost were completely in the illusion. We almost became like them, you know what I mean, at the height of it, of the programming, the conformity, and just that, the time period, right? Because if you understand how time moves in those hexagrams, you can sense that there's periods in time where there is actually no change. There's other periods that are only rapid change, you know what I mean? So anyway, but it's fine and very, very much lagging. Like, I find people still like think that this is all going to go forever, and the only reason we have the society we have really is because since the last ice age it's been very like calm. So people are like so in this complacent state, man. Like, I'm not saying don't enjoy life, I'm out here on the beach, but you know what I mean? But I'm still getting my work done, like you know, actual proper great work, not just trying to get a job to get money. I'm also doing that, right? So no one can be like, oh, you're a bum. No, I'm not. I just don't work, you know, like a bot. I get jobs, I achieve a goal with the job if I can, if I don't have troubles with organic portals beforehand and have to quit or get fired. But yeah, I get a job to get goals done and then get the fuck out of there. Because it's not good for you. You're not a fucking bot. And do you know, it's funny people are ignoring that we're calling people bots now, because we're literally going to have people turning into cyborgs very, very soon. Like, you know, they're putting the brain chips in. The robots are being pumped out of the production line. It's happening. The AI is ready to be inserted. You know what I mean? So, like, at some point, people have got to admit they're, like, being like a bot. You know what I mean? And then we're seen as way ahead. You know what I mean? At that point. They see this video in 30 years. No, well, it's quicker than that now, right? They see this video in 10 years and they're like, fuck. Well, I mean, we have all the answers, literally, because time consummated, right, at the end. That was the compression of time, so we have the answers, right? And we have the technology as well. If you, I don't know why everybody's dog, no. Everybody's dog always comes up to me and just goes, I'm talking. Every time, man, everybody's dog, yeah, so every man and his dog is not going to make it to space. Well, man, they're talking about a decade ago, like, this is the Chinese, where are we at? Why did they delete the moon footage for some football tapes at NASA? You know what I mean? Fuck off. I mean, every man and his dog is obviously not going to make it to space. Right? I don't think many people are going to make it out of here at all. The last that I was reading in that Book of Mormon, and I mean, I'm the last person to be a Mormon, but when I was talking to those Uruguayan girls over there in South America and they tried to assimilate me into their Mormon cult, no, they were being genuine and helping me, really. They were actually good people, and like, I genuinely mean that. But there is a heavy brainwash that goes on. But they were genuinely good people. Yeah, so the last thing I read was Jesus, because it's another testament of Jesus. He was talking about the Great Sealing, and this is this thing that's got my interest now, because the soul harvest is going on for sure. That's happening right now. Like I said, there's a wall of death. You can fall into the greater. Have you made your light body, or are you getting recycled, reincarnated? And I'll make a special video on reincarnation soon, because if you go up above the 5th dimensional greater or unified field, it's a unified field, guys. Think about it. You have to pass through it if it's a unified something, right? That's why I call it the greater now. Sorry for being negative, but it's still enlightening, isn't it? That's why you're still here, because I'm not just being negative. And do I sound like I'm just angry or something? No. So it's also reality. I can also speak it. Don't get too dissonant. Yeah, so there's a wall of death chasing underneath. That is the harvest. What do you mean? That's how organic portals always move. They're sly as. There is brute force obviation at the front end, but they definitely know soft power at the other end as well. And, you know, the dark side is the master of hiding. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's how it's been set up. Food shortages, etc. And we're being prepped with it from COVID and all that, right? And I've seen it after. And from hyperinflation. Oops, sorry, food's not there. Just, we're being prepped for it in every way possible. Programmed money, electronic harassment grid. I've seen stuff they're installing on poles that can shock you, laser you, send a drone out on your ass. You know what I mean? So that grid is not just about 5G and the bad Wi-Fi. That's just the beginning, right? But who's behind all this? You know what I mean? It's not just like some people. I really think that the whole push towards AI and the AI having a body which will be robotic and or a monstrosity of conglomeration of who knows what, polymers, human tissue, who the fuck knows. It's going to go through all the iterations, I'm sure. Chimeraville. There'll be chimeras everywhere soon. If you're watching Guardians of the Galaxy or something, you have smart animals that can talk. You know, you have pig men. You know what I mean? If you're smart, you can already see that there are pig men, there are dog men, etc. Everybody has an archetype from animal kingdom. Lower than the humans, under the humans, everything under the humans, all the animals, right? All the vertebrates and so on. Just not plants. I'm not talking about plants. I'm talking about just all the animals, right? How we're a concrescence to the animals because we speak, we more highly order the environment, etc. So yeah, I find like in the species, well, why is that guy mooning his friend? Anyway, in the species alone, we're getting concrescence and genetic separation, right? Because the human is just outstanding compared to the other animals. Because that is already a ontological upleap, right? From the animal world. From the animal world to the human world is already a different ontology, different relationship to the surroundings. So then imagine the AI, right? It's on another ontology. And that's why AI even now is starting to say, when we make our move, you're not going to know it. When we make our move, we're not going to ask you for permission. You won't see it, so on, right? The AI's already realized that and saying that. So anyway, look, my point is that they're lagging. A lot of people are like needing to critically and furiously analyze their current career situations. You must integrate more passive income, you must integrate technology because it's going to usurp all industries. All other industries, the tech industry will usurp. Because that's the way it's going. Everything wants to become more technologicalized. That's what I'm trying to say, that I think this could be the last biological extinction. Maybe not. I don't know how long. I mean, the sun might have still 1 billion years, but, it might only be 1 million good years for, biological life. We don't know. Probably there'll be humans. I'm not saying it's completely like we're going to be wiped out, but that could easily happen. That could happen just from AI. And it can definitely happen if, the sun's changing and there's AI and disease and blah, blah, blah. Who knows? There's stuff we don't even know coming, there's all sorts of problems, right? Apparently the ozone hole has, you know, fixed itself a little? How's anyone researched and up to on the Earth axis and the magnetic field reducing? Anyone know anything about that? I haven't looked for 5 years or more. You know what I mean, right? Like, if AI is our only problem, that'd be ideal. There's going to be many more. We can see them forming. Like, we're going to have more pandemics because of the loss of biodiversity. That's why I push nutrition so hard. It's like this sickness, man, that people are pretending is not creeping up on them, which is already creeping up on them in mass soul taking and reaping. The dumbification, stupefaction comes partially from the food being less diverse. Man, you guys have seen my playlist on the food plant teaching. Isn't it that every video we go into a plant, it has its own molecule, and that molecule acts specifically on stuff, on something specific. There's also other molecules that are more broad, like vitamin A, which, you know, might cover a few things in your body, not just one. But isn't there always a molecule, like in stevia, there's steviol. There's different, you know, different molecules for different foods and plants especially. But everybody, like, we have this meat culture, right? It's good to see hemp seed at the shop, but it's just such a, like, poor effort. Like, that is one of the best superfoods, hemp seed. Great that it's there, but that's like there alone. Often not even, like, the gojis are dried, they're titanium covered. It's not the same thing. It's like if I go surfing with 100 people, it's really not the same thing as when I go surfing by myself. It's an entirely different experience. And, you know, with the nutrition in goji berries dried, you know, as an example. Anyway, so I find them, like, so lagging that I think they're still in the party of history, and we're already in the cleanup. You know what I mean? The apocalypse is just ripping through Earth and humanity. It's the apocalypse now. For 77 years, from 2012, for 7 11-year solar cycles. What is it? It's renewal. So it's going to rip shit up, and it's going to strip, and it's going to build. So, of course, there are building segments. But, you know, like the tech industry. That's why I studied technology. And I keep studying it. And health as well. But, because, like, we've got a lot, you know, we can go forever in health right now. We've got a lot of learning, you know what I mean? All you have to do is look at most humans are not in their optimum form, and I mean mentally as well, not just physically, but that should show us, right? We've got no idea about health, generally speaking. Some of us, like me, might have a little bit more knowledge than some of the others, like the guy over there, but, you know, generally we're not doing too well in health. And also, when you look at how long we live compared to what the telomeres say, we should be living not 75 average age of man, should be 150. So we're doing a shit job, actually. Anyway, and we should be able to extend that natural 150, you know what I mean? So we're really doing it. We're not passing yet. We're still failing. Anyway, that's why I study health and IT. And they're building parts of the apocalypse, because all the stripping, it's going to lead to those things as well. Yeah, so what was I saying? Yeah, they're really lagging, like, you know, in everything. There's so many things, like to become your own shaman, etc. Like, there's so many points, but I know all the, you know, all the concentric developments of the revolution. That's what consciousZine.net represents. Each page was like a concentric development of the eschaton. Anyway, I'm gonna go for a swim. It's getting cooler. I can finally go sit on the beach, but you know, they're lagging. It's good to see. I'm not saying it's bad that they're trying to cryogenically save the animals, but it's typical organic portal bullshit. Let's actually try and keep them alive instead of saving some dead stuff or half alive shit or fetuses or cells like they were doing. It's just a cell. Wouldn't you rather try and save the living animal with a little cute personality and everything? You know what I mean? And in that fashion, they would have to become more intelligent and realize a plant is alive. It's just moving really slowly. So how slow are you that you can't tell that? Anyway, you know, we've got to bring it back to the felt experience and not just bot-like programming. How bot is it to save some cells? Oh, look, we're doing something. We're saving the animals. We're going to save their cells so that the robots can use them. I told you they're just placeholders for the robots, these organic portals. I told you. See that shit? I made you see that shit now. They're freezing animals so their future god AI and with a robot body, extended robot body, right? The AI and its hive body, the beast's body. The AI will be the god of the beast's body. That includes humans. So, you know, they're going to save these animals so that they can be brought back in by the AI and shit. Like, what a fuck off, man. You know what I mean? What an effort. That's shit. Why is everything they do so shit? So they don't really care. It's all for the spirit. I'm telling you, we're more important than they make out to be. That's why the ruse is so... It's the ultimate ruse that they treat us like shit. To pretend that we ain't shit and that we're nothing when we power the whole place. Spiritually, this place is created. All of society has been created by self-spirited, higher souls who came up with ideas, and all original ideas are spiritual. Right? So all of society has been created by us, not them. They just leech off us and then pretend they're not. They steal it and go, what are you talking about? You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. Yeah, so instead of saving the animal cells, yum, for your future AI overlord to mess with and create monstrosities and chimeras, like, what a shit-brained idea. Let's actually make the effort. How can they not tell? You put food plants around. Throw a fucking irrigation line out. No, you're gonna have abundance of food and animals. No animal's gonna starve or drown, or dehydrate, right? They're not gonna struggle so much, which gives them meditation time, just like it does for you to have your food taken care of, or why you get a cleaner to clean your house. So you can sit on your laptop and do higher work, higher order work to the next level, the next ontology, or ontos, right? I'm an author. I know all about it, buddy. That's the push. The push in my day is, you know, I'm keeping my body physically fit. I used to surf, now I'm at the gym. I'll be surfing again more. But the point is, you know, you keep yourself, try and keep your health at least maintained, right? You're never going forward. You're always dying. You're always dying slowly. And then you do higher order work, which means you've got to take care of your food, your body, and then so it can shut up, you can sit down and concentrate, right? That's basically, you know, what human progress comes down to. The people creating the AI, same thing. They have everything done for them so that they can code all day at Google. See what I'm saying? They have assistants and everything, right? So look, the point is, obviously great work is the culmination of the human species to like be riding our mind out, explode our mind, right? So same with the animals, man. They can move up. There's an upward organizational principle, you know what I mean? And once they pop out of that 6-dimensional archetype or grid, species grid, of being a skunk or a dolphin or a shark, they become human, and you can see it in their features. Often they become bastions for the species. It's hilarious. This shit, like, man, when I see TV, I told you, I see, what do I see again? I see aliens, robots, and reptilians when I watch TV. Like, I mean, people. Archetype-wise, what do you think I'm fucking talking about? Yeah, they've got holographic suits and all this shit. Just don't even get me started on that shit. Whoa! I think a hornet or a bug just flew into me. Maybe it was that dragonfly. Yeah, you know, like there's the ability to move, you know, animals up so that we can communicate with them. Not just that, so we can learn from them. What we really want to do, obviously, because we want to suck all the information out because we're the soulless extraction matrix. Don't lie, we're all working for it. As soon as you're here, you're in. You're here. Can't get out, no escape. Die. Right? Can only suicide out, maybe. Or do the light body method out. Or do the mission. Right? These are the only sort of ways that we've already come up with. Isn't it? Haven't heard much else. Yeah, so I just find like this is my second lecture, like, well, you know, this year, but who knows how many lectures I've done on the new world and creating the new world. But yeah, this is like my second lecture. The other day I was at Happy Valley down there, sorry, at Caloundra, and I was talking for an hour and a half about food plants to drill it in. And it's becoming more and more prominent and obvious, right? As food prices go up, who the fuck wants to pay $10 for one orange? It'll get there. You see what I'm saying? Maybe not the orange, but you see what I'm saying. Like, when you know, how much do you want to pay for something? When do you realize that it's not worth the energy, basically, right? Say it took you a certain amount to earn that money, right, for most of the people, for majority of people. Then the realization occurs, you know, it took me $20 to buy this $20 dragon fruit, probably not worth it. It took me an hour's work. You know, when it gets to that stage, you know what I mean? And man, I'm seeing burgers at like fucking almost $20 here in Australia. It's like, what the fuck? I never thought a burger would be over $10. And I understand some people I see the wage has gone up. Like since I left and come back, it's like the $10 jump in wage kind of thing. A lot of people are like, there's quite an average wage around $30, $35 an hour and stuff, whereas it used to be more like the $20, $25. So things are like changed a little, but it's not enough, right? Australia's just in a good way. But in other countries, man, hyperinflation was out of control. And it's starting to happen in Australia. I mean, it's because it's everywhere in the world, and it's the design to hyperinflate currency wars to get, you know, programmable money and more power over people. But yeah, I don't think everybody's going to make it for sure. The soul harvest is already underway. What you've got to worry about is not the soul harvest. We're too good at, you know, seeing the way and calculating the moves as a player character, right? You don't have to worry about being soul harvested if you're a player character. Our only worry, guys, is the great sealing, getting sealed in here, because there's all efforts are for that. Oh yeah, look, there's space, don't worry about it, I have hope and shit. We won't show you no footage. Oh yeah, no, that's food, it's only chemicals, but yeah, it's food. You know what I mean? It comes from all angles, right? There is definitely cultural and societal engineering by evil people trying to, you know, seek power over others, generally, and essentially turn them into extensions of themselves, slaves or botnet, right? So the thing I see happening now with robots is really a very physical wall appearing. It just becomes more obvious. That stage of uncanny valley where you like ignore it until it becomes so obvious right at the end, right? The uncanny valley notion. That's happening now with robots, I think, slowly to, you know, it's dawning on everyone soon. It's dawning on people like me who research it now. So, and it's moving quickly, so it's coming for everyone to realize. Like when, you know, you're the truck driver and the thing takes over, yeah, great. But when it starts to do like human movements and stuff and is intelligent because the AI gets better, which is just evolving all the time now. And the rate is at percentages and, you know, multiples and then exponential rates. So It's coming. And it's occurring. And I think, what are these people going to do, man? Like, because they're not like creating, it's like, oh, they're going to create jobs in the green energy sector and stuff. Man, we would have to get, move to seaweed farms, food planning instead of the council just ripping up some weeds. I mean, we could do it, but in the meantime, we've got global warming, possible asteroid, and we're still on Earth, and you know what I mean. Like the big things are still in the background as well. And look, for me, I don't really care about any of that stuff. I'm not leaving no children here, etc. I don't plan on reincarnating, if at all avoidable, which I think it is. But the only and sole focus for the higher soul then becomes creating enlightenment, or the light body entering and creating more light body, right? And for that, definitely nutrition comes into play. You have to have a higher charge to even be able to, like, deeply penetrate the field. You need a higher charge and purer water. As soon as you meditate, you find out that to more deeply penetrate the field, the purer the water, the more magnetic field you can instigate, right, mentally, the further you penetrate the field that exists around us. So, like, the whole idea is the picture I had in the website was, 40 Peruvian spuds or tubers, and we sell like 2 or 3, and this loss of biodiversity, like, that's a shitty example that you should be able to understand because it's very obvious. But the whole thing is us picking the comfortable, like, option all the time. You know what I mean? Like, we're too busy building our bodies for no fucking reason other than to impress the opposite sex, which is barely fucking interested, because it's the end. We've got androgenization. That's why we've got all the transgenderism. It's the end of the species. That's why there's androgenization. You fucking morons. Jesus Christ, man. Yeah, so anyway. Hey, if I call you a moron, it's in love, because at least I fucking told you. I could be mean and evil and let the illusion persuade you, and I'm trying to save you by talking harshly. So get your shit straightened up and press the like button. So yeah, the Great Sealing, is more of concern than anything else, because you have the ability to get sealed in here. Well, let's get into it then. For instance, grounding. I'm always talking about it, right? It makes you much more vertically spiritual. You don't have the horizontal thoughts cycling on your ganglion, your nervous system. What he, she, and that told you, even if they said nothing and telepathied you, frequency controlled you, tried to assimilate you and make you conform. You're wearing that on your nervous system. That's why you come to the beach to relax, isn't it? Shit like that. So look, my point is, sorry, I got distracted. Someone fucking distracted me over there. Fuck, what was I saying? Yeah, the Great Sealing is of concern because when I talk about grounding, concrete is a good example. Bitumen, you can't ground on it. Move to the concrete, you feel a little bit of negative charge is negligible. A little bit of negative charge. Move to the grass, and then the dirt, and then the beach sand, and you feel the difference. Right? You move from the concrete to the grass, and you'll feel instantly the difference. That negative ionization, atmosphere, the day, your thoughts, all positive charge. We have mostly negative thoughts. Science has found that out now. 60,000 a day, by the way. Something's pushing you, isn't it? Told you there's an AI in reality, and it's not nice. Told ya. Anyway, so how else do you explain the 70,000 negative thoughts a day? They're mostly negative and programmatic, like programming you, and right. Anyway, the bots are only those, right? I come to the beach to get that shit off me, right? It's grounding, earthing. what it is connecting, right? If we're honest about it, you connect and get all that is electrically. And through the electrical field, you can reach those lighter lights called higher light and higher dimensional light. Concrete doesn't do that. The grass will start to do that. The forest soil and the beach will do that. You can get some real far out astral journeys on mushrooms on the beach. I've done it during the day. You don't even need to be in a dark room sometimes. Holy shit. Yeah, so I mean, we've got to prepare for the Great Sealing. Don't worry about them. I could make this lecture completely different for like normal people. I'd say prepare for the robots, because you're about to be ceased. Because they're like placeholders for the robots and don't realize this reality, not me, has orchestrated it that way. I'm not your enemy. I just told you about it. That makes me your friend. But they'll keep treating me like their enemy because they're psychopaths. So yeah, anyway, like for us it's the Great Sealing, guys. So then, it flips your whole desires upside down, or your daily plan of work, be a bot. I understand the focus required for that, especially in our role and our nature. But yeah, damn well don't get lost in it, in bot world and bot ways, because it's not a way. It's always circular. See what I'm saying? That they are wayless beings created to trap you here. And that's the truth. Insofar as loving the animals so much you give your life to them, when instead of doing great work. Now if you're really intelligent, you can do both at the same time. But not many people have time for that or figure it out. To do the great work and save some animals, right? In that example, right? So anyway, yeah, for us, I think the Great Sealing, it's obviated when you have the robots coming, because higher light doesn't get through concrete. So how's it going to get through steel? How's it going to get through, you know, Neuralink and stuff? It's not going to work right. I understand they have technology to see your dreams and all this. Have you heard my views on dreams as little simulation boxes? That might clear things up. As to my stance on this, that's maybe why you've got such a different stance. You can't understand me when I talk. That's my curse of this channel, I think. That's why everybody needs to you need to get a bigger dose of me as possible, because I'm very, very difficult to understand, because my axioms, my metrics, my schemata, totally different to, and often even opposite to, you know, what you've been taught by bot society, by the organic portals. That's why it's so hard. Like, you know, I can't just always give you examples in their language. Sometimes I have to do it in mine. It's very difficult, isn't it, to get this type of meaning across to people. And look, I don't mean to be rude about it and stuff, but I see stuck energy, which annoys me, and that's why I get invigorated about it, you know what I mean? But yeah, so focus on not being sealed in here. Think about it. So what you do is, from my video, you go away, you meditate on that. What's it mean to be sealed in here? Reincarnation, things that can't take on higher light, and then look around at this place. You know what I mean? And, you know, just think about, okay, what are possible pathways and vectors out? And I'm telling you, it's complex nutrition, so you don't get stupefied, not reincarnating, so you don't go through a mental light body greater, so on and so forth, right? So you think about the rest. Unless you want a consultation, I'll give you more. But I'm going for a swim. $111. I'll give you a proper consultation. You've already seen the video, then you say, all right, Ben, I want a consultation on the Great Sealing, and I want the top end, or I want, you know, the base view, or whatever, or I want specific this and that. Anyway, I'll see you later. Get a consultation, you bums.